Shit, man.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, cool,
What up,
man.
G? How my brother's doing, man?
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So how you been, man? We see you got your new workspace going on here.
Yeah,
stuff
man.
like
It's
that.
still under construction, but we getting there, man. All the brothers, we getting together. We getting the
coming out
lights
clean.
still. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, bro. We just got the couch, man.
It's comfy.
Cool little
I can tell you
addition.
that.
For those late nights you stay at work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure, man. So tell us a little bit about about yourself, man. About how you started, things like that.
Shit, man. Officially, man, I started taking it really serious a couple years ago, 2016, when I dropped the project this time around. But I've been creating music for a minute now, man, since I was about probably like 14, 15. I started singing, actually, man. A lot of people don't know. And then I really enjoyed writing. And I just kept at it with the writing aspect. And I still sing here and there, but I enjoy more the rap aspect of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When'd you start singing?
Shit, bro. In high school, man, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Good start.
When I first tried singing it, and I was like, you know what, I can kind of hit that. And I just kept practicing, bro. And then I met up a homie in high school back in Grant, Santiago Moreno, and he had a little group, Moreno Jam Records, bro. And so I just started working with them. And then, you know, we parted ways, but from there I just kept going with like I said, with the writing aspect and just kept rapping, bro.
Yeah.
And then, you know, along the way I met my engineer, Brian Silva, my producer, Jezzy, my homie Blitz, who manages the label, the digital label, and just a bunch of amazing artists, man, that had inspired me to continue creating too.
Started building that team.
Yeah,
You know.
and it came so like natural. It wasn't like forced. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
damn, I gotta get this person, I gotta get that person. It just came about from a friend telling me about another person and here and there, and it was just word of mouth, bro. It's like it's crazy what you can do, you know, with that kind of those kind of connections.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, ultimately, I think it comes down to really like you networking and making relationships along your journey, and you know those
Yeah.
relationships are very important because you know
Mhm.
it takes a team to kind of
Hell
organize
yeah.
some stuff,
Yeah.
especially something as big as what you're trying to do, you know. So,
Yeah,
Definitely, bro. And it's
yeah.
crazy to think like just the new connections that are still to be made, you know, in the near
Yeah.
future. So
Yeah.
it's exciting, bro.
No,
What about y'all, man? What's current with you
Man.
guys right now?
Getting back on it, starting, getting the ball rolling.
Hell
Yeah, man. So I mean, 2017 was obviously a little slow for us. You know, we took definitely some time to kind of you know just get ourselves together, organize a lot more, and you know the same thing, kind of just get our connections in order and all our networking and stuff, and
Yeah.
things that we really wanted to expand on moving forward. So 2018 has been nothing but like just
huh?
work, bro.
Work,
Just nothing
yeah,
but
Exactly,
work,
man. It's just funny because we were kind of on the same kind of hiatus in a sense. Because 2017 for me was similar, bro. Just a lot of internal growth. I needed to just kind of separate myself from a lot of things to really analyze, you know, look inward and question myself. You know, what am I really doing? What do I really want to do? And it helped a lot.
Yeah,
It helped a lot.
Definitely.
It helped inspire just, you know, the beginning of this year and just kind of built that momentum to just keep it going, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think you do really need to take some time to look back and you know start to look forward on what you want to accomplish and certain goals you want to meet. You know, and that's what we did when me and Marcos when me and Marcos at the beginning of the year we sat here and realized that you know what we got to start actually putting out more and more things. So this is the collection we're working on right now is actually our third one this year.
Yeah.
It'll be our third release this year. So.
Hell yeah,
I'm trying
man.
to drop like every month or every other month.
That's-
Trying to drop like a new release or something new. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. I mean, while we're on that note, so this is the third release, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are doing what you guys are wearing right now.
Yeah,
This-
it's
two logo
two
tees.
pieces out of we got like 5
Yeah,
pieces.
well, yeah. So this one right here, I mean, this is basically the Sega design that we're working on. We got this whole like '90s idea thing we're really trying to expand on. You
Yeah.
know, we're all kind of born in the '90s era, so
shit that they'll be liking.
That's
into,
dope,
you know what I
man.
mean?
I can relate so much to it, man, because we're in that same age bracket.
Yeah,
bro,
no
so
doubt,
it's dope.
So we got these two coming out, and then we also got the two that we're working with you.
That's
This
one of them
is-
right there.
This is one, man. I'm super excited, bro, man. Like, you know, just from the beginning when we just started, you know, brainstorming ideas to now seeing them come to fruition. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy,
Crazy
man.
how
The
that
white
works
tee
out.
and the maroon, man. I'm so excited
They
for
came
both
out
of them, man.
clean, man.
I'm really excited too, man. And I mean, just on that note too, I mean, will be our first collaboration. You know, complete like
Completely
first
somebody else.
Hey,
Yeah, I
from
mean,
both aspects, bro, because this is my first collaboration
Mine
too
too,
with any brands in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's just it's so dope that y'all were down for the idea, bro, and you know we just moved forward with it, bro. Like it's exciting.
No, I mean I appreciate it just because you know we've been trying to really expand our horizon and trying to reach out to different like you know audiences and whatnot, and obviously, you know, the way your content and your music, you know, that's obviously a lot of what we try to speak through in our clothing and stuff, and the identity we try to give off with what we're making through our brand. So, you know, we wanted to wake up with
it was just natural, bro.
It aligned.
It was natural. That's crazy, man. And people don't really know the history, man, but I know Marcos for a minute now, man. Back in high school, and then I met you because of Marcos, bro. And it was just natural, bro. Like when we really linked up, just a conversation, man. Like it just the energy clicked, bro.
Yeah,
it was just, it made sense, bro. You know what I mean? And I was excited because on my end too, we're both, it's funny because we didn't plan it, but we're both kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to this kind of mentality of like work this year. You know what I mean? We're coming with the new energy and just to flood the market in a sense. You know what I mean? Because we're dormant last year, but this year is just, it feels different and it feels good. You know what I mean? Like it feels, you build that sense of pride, and know that like I did that. You know what I mean? Like, I set those goals and I accomplished them.
Yeah, so you and Marcos go way back.
Yeah, man. Fucking Grant, and then we moved to Natomas, bro, around
like at the same time.
We had a class together, man, and that's where also I met Bug too. I think that's where I met him, and then y'all were just amazing people, bro. Put me on great music. You plugged my iPod, bro, with a bunch of songs, man, and it was just dope. And just crazy to know that after high school, you know, we still stuck together. And it was just always love, bro. With what you were doing, I always kept an eye on the stuff that you were doing, because before Easy, you had your own brand, and so I was always did my best to support. And then you also always were same with the music, bro. Every time I dropped, you were always like supporting, bro. So it was just love, bro.
And speaking of that, you got a new album coming.
I do, bro. I got a new EP coming, man. Better Year, the one that you guys are collaborating with me, bro. And so this is the second project of the year. I'm aiming to do 4 this year, man. When my engineer proposed me that idea, I was like, man, that sounds impossible, bro. You know, from doing 0 in 2017 to 4 2018. That's the reason why, because he was like, man, we didn't do nothing. You know, our goal now, bro, moving forward, we got to do 2 projects every year. And so I was like, all right, that's doable. But since we didn't do nothing in 2017, we got to do 4 this year to make up. So I was like, all right. The reason I was also inclined to doing it is just to set that going and show myself like I can do it. You know what I mean? Like I can pace myself and I can make it happen, and just look back in retrospect once it's all done and say, damn, I did that. You know what I mean? Not alone, of course, because I got the whole team behind me. Honestly, like it's not doable.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot, bro. From the outer perspective, people just look at the artist and like, you know, the artist does it all, but nah, there's a lot of a collaborative effort behind it.
Definitely doubt.
You know what I mean? So that's Better Year, man. It's dropping Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up, man, the 26th. It's crazy because the other day, yesterday, someone asked me, like, you excited for next week? And I'm like, what's next week? Like, your project's dropping. I was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just because, like, aside from the project, we got this, you know, the studio trying to build it up, bro.
Yeah, you're doing a lot.
You know, working. You know, I'm a regular person, so I gotta work. So much on my brain, bro, that I kind of just,
man.
Yeah, bro. I kind of just like, I'm all over the place. So I'm like, hell, I'm excited though, big time, bro. Just to see how people receive it. And just to also take myself to that next level on the 3rd project, bro. Because I'm already working on it, and I'm already seeing, okay, like I gotta focus on that, I gotta do that. So I'm just seeing, okay, where can I get better? How can I continue improving?
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's important, man. That's definitely important to have a vision on, you know, on the future, and you know, a good outlook on what you wanted to, you know, continue to push out moving forward. So. That's definitely good, man. I'm
definitely excited to hear that.
Yeah, we're excited, and we're gonna be here for it.
I'm excited for y'all to hear too, man. Y'all have always shown me love, man, and just continue to show me love, and that's literally the reason, like, including you guys and everybody around me, bro, that just continues to tell me keep going, you know, keep doing your thing, like. That's the driving factor behind this whole thing. You know,
yeah, man. If you don't mind, you know, just speak a little bit more on some of your influences. You know, what the people that you kind of. You know, used to motivate. You know,
most definitely, bro. Honestly, to be really frank with you, bro, from just outside of an artist perspective, as a person, bro, my mom and even my stepdad, man, have been great influences in my personal life that have helped me, you know, become the man I am today. And just all the people around me, man, I've understood energy more now that I've gotten older, and in retrospect, looking back, a lot of the people I used to hang around had similar like intentions, you know, that I did, and that helped me also cultivate, you know, this person that I am today, because I hung around with the like-minded people and individuals, and I still do to this day. You know, you guys, man, like, you guys are hustlers, but you guys are artists, man, and that inspires me, and, you know, watching what you guys do. So, but outside of that, what inspired me in my artistry, bro, is the class of around like 2008, 2009, 2010, when the Drakes, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, man, the Big Sean's, the Wale's, bro, like, those artists really, because before then I was always into music. I enjoyed music, but I never really saw myself doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until I started doing the singing, like I told you, and then I kept writing, and then these artists they just spoke to me, man. You know, hearing them, and I was in high school still around that time, and it was just a point in my life where I was still growing. I was still very innocent to just like, you know, the future and what was to come. But they really drove me to dig deeper and bring more out of myself, and that's really was the reason why I just kept at it, bro. And still to this day, man, I really enjoy all these artists that I just mentioned and more, because now I have a different just love for music, bro, and an understanding for music outside of just rap, just every genre. You know what I mean? Like you just appreciate it so much more, bro.
And you can definitely hear those influences in that music too.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Like the other day, not the other day, but it's actually been a couple months now that I forgot who put me on, bro, but Sade. Incredible artist, bro. Like, I was sleeping on her like my whole life, bro. And then I heard, oh man, like, and now it's just everyday thing. I just wake up in the morning, I just, you know, on my way to work, I put her music on. It's just, there's so many amazing artists, though, bro. It's like it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's important, man. It's definitely important to always like keep your hand, like, you know, in what's with the sound and what's happening right now, and kind of, you know, the people that are out here really making you know music all around you and stuff. And it's like important to pull, like, you know, that type of motivation that you want from them, you know, and just to see, because they're at a level that you want to be at. So
definitely,
bro.
Like
that's what you want to reach.
What about you guys, man? As far as inspirations to do what you guys do, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of, like, where'd that stem from?
Well, shit. I mean, considering myself being someone who's into fashion, I mean, you know, in high school, it was really like there wasn't really nothing fashionable about how we dressed in high school. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were wearing big tall tees and like baggy jeans and like, you know, and some J's.
A little rubber band at the bottom of the pants.
I remember that, bro.
So I mean, just growing up in that type of era and stuff, and just seeing kind of what fashion has evolved and streetwear in general. You know what I mean? Because that's really what we're trying to push, is streetwear, the aesthetic of streetwear. But just kind of like, you know, when we first started off, we seen ourselves evolve with the times and with the different eras of music and what's happening around, you know, our city, Sacramento, and stuff like that. And we kind of just drew a lot of influences from the things that were around us. And for me personally, it started off with a clothing brand named Fifth View, and that was a real tight knit of homies, me, Storm, and his actually older brother Berto. And we started to really just produce a lot of clothing based off of our identity and who we were, and, you know, just really trying to push that aesthetic of, you know, who we were as homies and a close tight family and stuff. So
that's dope.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
Yeah, man. I just got inspired off of what was going on around me. You know what I mean? Like off what they were doing. You mentioned earlier we had that class in high school. Right. And so that's where I picked up the ball. That's where in that class, you know, learning how to do Photoshop, and then Photoshop leading me to Illustrator, and then learning how to do all that, and then just dabbling into, all right, well, let me try to see if I could create my own shit. You know what I mean? Create my own brand. So I created 1/3. You know what I mean? I grew up doing graffiti, so like, it was either like go out and start painting everywhere, or like, you know, get in some galleries, or start a clothing brand. You know? Like, start a clothing brand. That was always kind of a part of it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the direction I always was kind of going. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, I was just following that line.
That's really dope, man. I didn't know that class had that big of an impact.
That's what set it off.
That's really dope.
That's where I started learning how to do all that shit. You know what I mean? And then taking classes at Art Institute, Sac State, how to do Illustrator and like doing all that. You know what I mean? And then just hip hop. You know what I mean? Hip hop's a great influence in my life. You know what I mean?
I think ultimately that's really the defining you know, factor of how we all connect. You know what I mean? I mean, ultimately it's your music that draws me in personally, and with you and Marcos, you guys started off at a real early age at getting your guys' you know relationship started by music. You know, so I think, you know, music, and hip hop in general, just like, you know, because I mean we're all open minded to the sound of music, but hip hop in general is a really driving force on who we are and what we try to push. So. Yeah, man. So, and I mean, just going off of what he was saying, you know, with the whole thing of it was either, you know, a clothing brand or a gallery or whatever. It's just like, this is exactly what we feel is our creative outlet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're two very creative individuals, and it's not just me and him. You know, we're the two designers of Easy, but I mean, his older brother is a huge a part of the brand. Berto and Storm also he's the other part of the brand. And we got a team. We got a big team, man. People all around us. You know, what I mean, there's too many people to name, but everyone really has a part, man. So
that's dope. It is a family in a sense, man. That's really what it is. That's really dope, man.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
So, I mean, we'll end it on a note, man. Like as far as you know, we're halfway through the year. Just some goals, you know, that we have for the remainder of the year, man. What would you guys say is one of your guys' goals to finish off the year?
One of my goals is just to keep going and just keep doing and keep moving and keep releasing. You know what I mean? Like keep printing and keep getting better.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just gain that audience, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, we want to, like how he's saying, we want to keep on going. That just means that, like, 'cause we were on trying to keep this schedule that it was like just a superficial schedule that we, you know, it was just like, man, we don't need to do that. We could break like the mold of how you have to run a streetwear brand, you know. So we broke a lot of molds, and we're trying to do it. We're trying to do it our way. You feel me? So
that's like, respect, bro.
Yeah. So I would say a goal for the brand is definitely to ultimately, you know, have our own space, a storefront, a way that we can connect to people in our community firsthand, and actually reach out and, you know, I mean, get in with people around us. And,
hell yeah. That's very like that's not far away.
No,
close, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I've seen the evolution, man, and it's just it inspires me. Like I've always said, man, like art inspires art, man, and it's just that energy, like, you know, giving it to someone and then just receiving it right back.
What about you, man? What's the goal you want to accomplish by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, bro. I mean, we're halfway through, man, and I didn't even expect this, bro. I literally did not expect this at all, bro. And it's just, we came about with our partners, Hidden Temple Films, man, and ours were King City Records, man, and we just came about, and it was so fast, bro. Like, you know, we had always dabbled with the idea of getting a spot, and it just, man, my engineer was like, he's always wanted equipment, and I told him, bro, you want equipment, you want me to invest in equipment, then I need you to help me find a spot. Like, that's the foundation. If we don't have a spot to record, what are we gonna do with all this equipment? So he really, you know, put it in high gear, and he found the spot. One weekend we came to look at it, the very next weekend we were here, bro. And so now we're setting it all up, you know, getting it taken care of, bro. But for the remainder of the year, bro, honestly, I just want to follow through with the original goal that I had at the beginning of the year, which was to do the 4 projects. So this is the second one. I already have in mind the third and the fourth, the topics. So now I just continue writing, continue meeting more producers, more just creators in a sense. You know what I mean? Anybody, bro. Like I'm more than willing to work with anybody who has that drive and that passion to create. You know what I mean? And continue digging it inside of myself too. But maybe a goal that I think is doable. I don't know if maybe by the end of the year, but I'd love to just invest 100% of my time in this place. And have, you know what I mean? Like make this full time, and not have to put 40 hours a week into my, you know, like 9 to 5. And you know, if I can do this full time, bro, that would be ideal.
Do that. Yeah.
But we're gonna get there, bro. One way or another. Even if it's not this year, bro, I know it's coming. I'm just excited that we're on this. Yeah, bro, it's literally a process. So I'm just excited in the direction we're going, bro. And you know, just being able to work with y'all, bro. And we're barely halfway through the year. Let's make some more amazing things happen, bro.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for talking to us and everything like that, buddy.
The hospitality.
Yeah. Took 25 years just to talk like this. Kept it humble all my life. Let me talk my shit. I ain't got no ice on my wrist, but I got a heart of gold worth more than 100 bricks, real shit. I came from nothing, but I was lucky. My mama loved me, and real talk, that's all I ever needed. I seen the struggle, we had no money, but dad did something to my spirit, and that's really the reason. Can't stop, I won't stop. I feel like I'm on top when I'm fully focused. I got this shit on lock. 2018, these my affirmations. I will make creating my only occupation. Make it a source of income and buy my parents some land. Make sure that Jesse and Sylvie each got them 100 bands. Respect to my producer, respect to my engineer. We've been working hard as fuck. We gonna make this a better year, and that's why.